The Crude Life with host Jason Spees.
My name is Jason Spees, and you're listening to the Crude Life Update. On today's episode, we talk with Pete Obermueller with the Petroleum Association of Wyoming. In just a moment, part of our exclusive interview with Pete Obermueller, the president of the Petroleum Association of Wyoming.
You know, it is as you described. It's a little bit different depending on where you are in Wyoming. There's a lot of legacy fields in the central west and northwest part of the state that produce a lot of water. There's a lot of that produced water in Wyoming that actually ends up being quite beneficial to landowners and ag operations in that part of the state. They use that produced water for beneficial uses. In the Powder River Basin, which is where the main development is now, the hot item in the Powder River Basin, it's a little bit different story. There's not quite the water supply there, and so it's a little bit more tricky. And a lot of the operators are taking a cue from their work in the Permian, in the sense that they're working pretty hard to develop and implement complete recycling programs. Try to reduce the amount of fresh water that's necessary. It's a bit of an infrastructure challenge there, but I think we'll overcome it.
How about the reuse and the recycled part of the water? You mentioned that, the repurposing. I would imagine that there would be quite a bit of innovation, or at least some talk of it within the state, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's in terms of the recycle and reuse from an industry standpoint, that's pretty much private sector led. That's industry working on that. It's because the Powder River Basin is where the majority of our rigs are, and where most of the new production is. There's a little bit of a renewed focus on this issue within policymakers.
And that was Pete Obermueller, president of the Petroleum Association of Wyoming. To listen to the full-length interview or to check out other exclusive interviews, visit thecrudelife.com. That's thecrudelife.com. The Crude Life is also on social media. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. All the social media links are available at thecrudelife.com. That's thecrudelife.com. Click on our social media tabs and become one of our 350,000 plus energy enthusiasts. From the staff at the Crude Life Daily Update, my name is Jason Spees, reminding you that energy is more than an industry, it's a way of life.
Historic. The first full conversion refinery to be built in the U.S. in over 40 years. Innovative. The cleanest, most technologically advanced downstream project ever. The model for future shale basin projects. Groundbreaking. With construction resuming in early 2019. The Davis Refinery.
Jason Spees, the most trusted voice in the Bakken.
I totally agree with you, and the word that you brought into this is fact. You tell the facts, and then you let people make up their own minds.
You want someone who's competent. You don't want to get a bunch of rookies.
Love listening to Jason Spees on the radio, and if I miss him there, I catch him online.
Let's bring in Jason Spees, who is a multimedia journalist in North Dakota. Jason, what's your thought on this?
No one does an interview like Jason Spees.